If you can't install electric patio heaters due to lack of power availability but have natural gas, what do you need to be aware of? Hello, I'm Steve. This is the Patio Heat channel where we create visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decision for your application. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so here we have this residential application. We had actually gone over this once before, and the dimensions have not changed in any way. We got 9.2 to the top edge of this beam or post. We got about 11, 12, almost 12, 11 and a half feet there, 22 feet this direction. And I'm trying to heat up the whole entire space, and what you see here is some gas units. Originally we had made some recommendations for electric heaters, so let me just put that in here. There's a couple different recommendations we had made, being that we could put in 2 units or possibly 3 units, but the problem is that they didn't have the electric power out in this space to provide for that. So they're thinking that the gas units might be the better option for this application. All right, so let's go back to the gas units here. And what I want you to see, these are S34s, so they're 34,000 BTUs a piece. You can get the TSHs, which are 2-stage. You have 34,000, and then you can turn it down to 25,000. You can see here my brackets aren't fit to the actual structure. I'm just putting these out for visual purposes right now. You'd have to somehow fix this unit here. So this is, I should mention, this bracket here is the OEM 21-inch long bracket, and you could attach this to the ceiling as long as you have a backer back here of some sort, and then just go with that. This is in the center of the patio in this 22/8 dimension, and then also centered within the space this way. You can see with that you're getting a really good footprint of heat without, throughout this whole front and back. And then as far as the crossover here on the left and right, you're getting a really good coverage as well, and the crossover is just perfect with this this unit being centered and this unit being 8 foot 5 inches, 8 foot 6 inches if it's necessary. And we also need to make sure that we are meeting clearances to combustibles. So when you have the heater pointed straight down to the ground, from this point to any combustible, including this beam up here, it needs to be a minimum of 14 inches of clearance pointed straight down to the ground. Once you angle the heater, that increases by 4 inches. So if you had this heater angled, you'd have to, say again, angled out this direction here, you'd have to increase the clearances above the heater itself. So I'm not quite sure if this is the true dimensions of these beams in here, so this particular client will have to investigate that prior to making a final decision. Now, you could possibly move this unit here and this unit here, just delete those and move this approximately, let's say, I'm going to go 3 feet this direction, and 3 feet this direction, and let's see if we got that. And now you can see that we're covering the internal space pretty well. We do have a good mounting up here. There's a little bit of missing over here, so we might want to go a little bit closer. I think we can go as close as 12 inches from this edge here. So let's just try that. And I'm just going to do an approximation here. So you want to go with the OEM's recommendation. So I think 12 inches is about what you can do, and you still are getting a pretty good footprint of heat. You can see here, if you're standing out in your patio, looking into the project over here, it's fairly decent as far as its visibility. So now, one thing you do need to know is that from the ends here, it requires 24 inches, and same with that end over there. That's why I have them in this orientation. And also, one last thing with gas heaters, as you can see, these are gas units, and they do burn fuel, and that fuel has combustion, and that combustion has byproducts, which is exhaust. The exhaust flows out of the heater up here, and it must be evacuated from this space. Hot gases do rise. It will puddle and pool up here just like a hot air balloon, and it will want to go out somewhere. Being that the heaters are in that, this is called that volume of exhaust gases, they will eventually burn out and not function properly, as well as cause issues with the electronics inside there and any other electronics that might be in that patio. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to add a vent. That vent needs to be at the highest location possible and allow for all the exhaust gases to evacuate. Now this vent is made by a company called O'Hagan Cloaked Vents. It matches kind of, there's two different kinds. They have a Spanish tile and then a flat tile. These are attic vents, and you'd have to penetrate this into the ceiling here so it would evacuate. Now you can make a decorative cover over that penetration, but it needs to happen or you will have failure of your units. So with the units being inside of the volume of space, so just bear that in mind. Now if you want to go back to the original plan that I came up with, this would be something that would heat up the entire space a little bit more efficiently. Now you probably won't need this space here heated up much, but if you're cooking or maybe there's some bar stool seating over here, you will get a little bit of heat over here on the outside edge. Now this wouldn't be a comfortable spot, but you will feel some of that warmth. But ultimately this whole entire space will be heated with 3 units. So all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you'd like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, we're not monetized. YouTube does not promote our channel unless we receive your thumbs up, and we thank you so much for doing that. Have a terrific day.